The earliest memory that I have is when I was really little, maybe like 7 years old. And I remember I was asking questions about God. I wanted to know, who is God? And I asked my family and asked people, and the answer that I got was basically that God is like Santa Claus. He's not really there, it's just something that keeps people in check, something that people use to force people into following rules. God is someone that is in the sky, and if you follow his rules, then you go to heaven, and if you break his rules, then he sends you to hell. And I just thought, this is not something that I want to be involved in. It's not right. So I made a decision to be an atheist, and that's the way that I grew up. I always believed that you find happiness by doing what you want, following your heart. All my friends were doing all kinds of things. They seemed to be having a good time. So I ended up at a young age getting involved in drinking and drugs and going to all these parties, eventually going to the clubs, and sometimes it makes you feel better. It makes you feel like you're part of a group, or makes you feel like you're more important than you were half an hour ago. But it doesn't last. So I ended up at the doctor's office, and I told the doctor, I'm feeling very, very down. And he said, I can give you some tablets that will make you feel up. So I took these tablets on and off for years, and it didn't quite satisfy my heart. And I ended up at the point where, after trying so hard to find happiness just by worldly things that I can't even describe the emotion that it was, but I just felt like there was no more hope. And I almost couldn't see in front of me. It was just a real sense of despair and hopelessness, that there really isn't anything worth living for. And I said, if there's anything out there, any higher power or spirit, that you're gonna have to show yourself, because I can't live anymore. I'm gonna have to end my life. I was walking home and I came across a group of young people singing and handing out books. And I couldn't help but notice they had peace, or some kind of a happiness, inner happiness, that was very attractive. And as I was watching them, one of the guys came over and he started talking to me. And normally I wouldn't talk to a Christian, but I was at the point where I just thought, whatever he has to say, it can't be any worse than how I'm feeling. And he told me about how Jesus helped him, how he was in a bad place, and Jesus came through with him. And I thought, well, maybe Jesus can help me, because I haven't got anywhere else to go. And they prayed with me, and he gave me a book called Steps to Christ. And I took the book home and I read the book, and my heart melted just reading about Jesus' life. So I woke up that day an atheist, and I went to bed that night a believer. Prayer gives me the understanding that God is real, and he's someone that I can go to with my troubles, and I don't have to worry about all the things that I used to worry about. And it makes me stronger. It makes me able to do things that I couldn't really do before. It's a totally different way of living than the way I lived before. It's just living through giving. and it's a real blessing